We're here for another Rehash Tuesday, October 10th. This is the first Rehash of the week. Gift that was out of town. Excited to be sitting here with you, Gift, to recap the top 10 stories in the industry, man.
Hey, yes, sir. Excited to be back with you too, Q. Excited to be back with y'all for another daily rehash where we bring you the top 10 stories in Web3 from the last 24 hours in just 10 minutes. That's all the time we got here. So we're going to jump straight into it like we do. Q, what's up first?
I could not do 20 minutes here on the rehash. It would just break my brain. Anyways, the biggest story of the day is going to come from the Gutter Cat Times breaking announcement that the Gutter Cat gang is under new ownership. Now, no official announcement from the team has been made, so we have to kind of pump the brakes here. But from the Gutter Cat Times, essentially, Noah, the kingpin in the GCG community, acquired the Gutter Cat gang. And, you know, there was a actual announcement. I think that there was a offer for $2 million on Gutter Cat even up to last year. Now they're basically acquiring it for $0. That's at least the details that we're getting on this acquisition. So yeah, bullish for all the holders of GCG. I think they were kind of eagerly awaiting something to go right with the IP in the community. So yeah, bullish for holders. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, there you go. Gutter Labs maybe under new management and maybe another acquisition in NFT acquisition season here. So won't be surprised to see more of this, but we'll be excited to see where that goes for the GCG from here. And on to our next story, maybe another big Pokemon-related NFT drop happening soon. Magic Eden, the marketplace, has been teasing a potential Pokemon-themed collab on their X. If we tap in here, you can see they actually came out with a video here too. Pretty basic video here, but it get you see the famous Pokeballs bouncing around there. Got to catch them all. Their famous catchphrase. What could it mean? Who knows? But it does look like maybe some kind of Pokemon NFT.
Yeah, usually these Pokemon themed drops are around people that actually either have the cards. We saw that from Courtyard. We covered that pretty heavily when they came out. Usually it doesn't mean that the Pokemon or Pokemon company or whoever owns Pokemon actually is jumping into the Web3 space. So I'm expecting another one of those. All right, I've got the third piece of news here. Is ApeChain set to be the next popular blockchain? Look, Sandeep Nawal, the co-founder of Polygon, basically came out with a proposal that was essentially laying out a layer 2 on Polygon for the Ape Coin ecosystem, Ape Coin DAO. This is going to be funded by the treasury to the tune of about $200,000 per year. That's actually not that expensive when you think about the amount of money they've been shelling out for special counsel and things like this. But earning revenue through gas and validator fees, the time frame being about 14 to 16 weeks. This is extremely bullish, in my opinion, for ApeCoin. I don't know if we need another chain. Like, I'd rather have some like user-friendly applications that are being adopted. But it's cool to see ApeCoin at least have potentially some use case on a blockchain perspective, like paying an ApeCoin in the same way you pay ETH gas fees.
Yeah, exciting to see where that goes too, man. We'll continue to cover that. No idea exactly what they're going to do or why we need it yet, but some utility there, potentially more utility for the ApeCoin ecosystem. And here we go. If you want real utility, look no further than the Pudgy Penguin cookies officially launching tomorrow. They have collaborated with Last Crumb limited edition cookies, releasing on October 11th at 3 p.m. EST. If you're trying to get into these, man, do they look good. And there you can see the packaging looks pretty awesome. So yeah, there's the update on the Pudgy Penguin cookies dropping tomorrow.
Yeah, what'd you call those? Mouth utility? And also, did you see the Luca Nets FUD? I know we haven't talked basically since that dropped.
Yeah, I didn't think it was as big as people were making it out to be, but
same. All right. What's big as people are making out to be is the Stars Arena exploit, because I jumped into their Spaces AMA earlier today and got no answers whatsoever. People are still expecting some type of announcement. The app is still currently down at the time we're recording this. I mean, it's not good on the Stars Arena front, being that there are people that are expecting to get some type of funds back. The team, interestingly enough, I was in that space and they did say, hey, we have the funding to make everybody whole, but there were no details, no timeline, no nothing on what is happening with the Stars Arena app at current date. So I think people are still kind of cautious with the application.
Yeah, what happens then? Even if they are made whole, does everybody just bail on it? Are people actually going to be sufficiently bullish still about Stars Arena? Are they going to want to stick around? There's a lot of question marks in the air right now. I still think that they have a pretty good product if they can figure out that security layer and if they can keep some of those users in it. So hopefully, it does come around for them and we can get back onto what they were doing. On to the next story, though. A big announcement from NFT Now. Actually, no longer will be called NFT Now. They're rebranding to Now Media. Also, they've been working on this new show called Punks as Told by CryptoPunks, a mini documentary on the origin of the punks. So the first episode also coming out there. So a couple things coming out from Now Media, previously NFT Now. So, not surprised here either. NFTs are dead, as we all know. And I think, Q, when you and I were kind of starting up and strategizing on the Web3 network, we both kind of actually talked about how some of these legacy media companies that are quote unquote legacy NFT brands that all kind of use NFT too heavily might try and broaden out their appeal a little bit, change their names. And that's what I think they're doing here. They're just trying to hide the technology or the specific, niche, NFT niche within a larger umbrella of ideas, that they can cover.
Yeah, you can even see in this graphic, NFT Now still exists in that top left corner there. So I think under the umbrella of Now Media, there potentially is an NFT arm of this. So yeah, as a larger umbrella network, I get this move. You want to see people in the industry that are like leaders consistently have the community's back, and I think ditching the NFT piece it's a tough move, but I see it. I get why, being that umbrella network piece. So
yep.
All right, I've got the next story here. That's Winds of Yawanawa and the reveal that happened on Monday. It came back to positive sentiment, but that did not save it from the post-reveal dump. It was down about 15% today. I think it bounced a little bit off that minus 15%. Or price floor. But they did also announce, or at least the MoMA announced, that they were acquiring another piece from Rafiq Anadol. That is the machine hallucinations that you can see here. So yeah, big week and big month for Rafiq Anadol, man. He's killing it. If you own a Winds of Yawanawa, I'm jealous of you. Great job on that. And more from the Sphere. I mean, it's hard to tell where you can be bearish about Rafiq's work.
Yeah, we saw this. We also saw some big moves, scooping up a lot of Kim Asendorf's early work on R3HASH. It just seems like, again, generative art, as I predicted, as you predicted earlier on this year, is really hitting that tipping point where the traditional art world is really starting to accept a lot of these, digital generative artists. I wouldn't be selling my Winds of Yawanawa right now, given that news. I think that's tremendous. It's amazing to see museums like that picking up pieces like that. So really cool. Speaking of big acquisitions of art, we had a Grail, a gold ape of a Grail in the Bored Apes sell for 250 ETH. Yeah, which is a big number in this market. But of course, if you compare anything to a year ago, it doesn't look nearly as impressive. These were selling closer to 800 ETH a year ago, Q.
Yeah, some people are talking, even in this thread, they're like jumping through hoops, kind of saying like, hey, 250 ETH, and that's way lower than a year ago. So the market is slowly going to zero, which is crazy to be thinking about when someone's actually just spending 250 ETH on this specific ape. So I can kind of see that. Like I understand like Grail prices are going down even along the floor, but it's still really good to see, some Grails being picked up here. I think it's a good, healthy indicator for the market.
Absolutely.
All right, I've got the last piece for me. It's going to be the Subdow Deadbirds Society. Dead Poets Society, great movie. Making a push to fund a dedicated monthly art contest tailored exclusively for the Proof ecosystem. You can see it's called Command Plus A. So they are basically trying to get funding and a proposal through, and they're asking for people's votes. You can see that here as well, introducing Command a dedicated monthly art contest to infuse a monthly dose of engagement and fun while providing the artists within the community a spotlight to be seen creatively. So things are happening in Moonbirds and that Moonbirds ecosystem. I like what they're doing. So
I love it.
A+
It's on. yeah, it's on brand with where they're trying to go, the mission of being the artists PFP and you know, or the art collectors community. I mean, so I'm excited about it. I want to be in on it. I want to figure out how to get in on that. So yeah, congrats to them, and seems cool. We'll keep following that. The last story here though is from Dot Swoosh. They've unveiled the official details around their first ever AF1 digital drop. You're trying to make digiphysical work, Q. It's not going to happen. But the Air Force One low tonnage drops on October 20th. Here you can see a little bit more details. And what's cool about this is, of course, that this is additional utility for their OF1 Air Force One NFT holders, and it's community engagement. It comes out of the community voting. You can see how all this worked, how they kind of built up to this. How they've been creating all these different sort of like teams and experiences in different cities around the US to get to this moment. Honestly, they're putting in a lot of work and really focusing on the community aspects and trying to make this stuff cool. So I'm excited for what Nike's doing here. I think they're doing a good job, and this is pretty cool.
Yeah, their rollouts here, their product releases have been really stellar, from not over-promising a lot, but actually, kind of starting brick by brick here and laying a foundation with their OF1s. I think this is great, man.
There you go. That's it. We did it.
We did it. We're back.
You did it.
Folks, hopefully you've been enjoying these rehashes. We've been enjoying getting them to you. We will be up and prepared tomorrow as well. We have GM Web3. We have NFT Live. I actually might need to rebrand NFT Live to just live at this point. So live is coming to you tomorrow, and another rehash. So you guys have been awesome. Gift Ed, take us out, brother.
That's it, y'all. We'll see you tomorrow. Our vibe, our tribe.